Why is it so hard to fold maps? Why? Woo! Starting this morning off right. Good morning, adventurers. Normally I say hello, adventurers, but it is definitely early in the morning right now. So we are about to have some breakfast and hit the road. If I can ever figure out how to get this out. Why did they use these little labels? Okay, I'll figure it out. Long story short, today we're going to be getting some gas and moving on to our next destination, and it is raining, so this could be interesting to say the least. But first, I am about to figure out my croissant, take off my little egg, give it to Tyson, and then go get some gas. Nom, 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 nom. Riley's over there getting ready for the day, and you can see it rained last night. Sounded intense in the van. I have no insulation, and so as I was laying in bed, I could hear the rain, which was very big rain, big drop rain, just, and it was pretty insane. As I laid in the bed, it sounded like this. So the moral of the story is this: I just have to deal with it. There's nothing I can do. I can't insulate my van because of my warranty, and so I'm just going to hear it sounding like real loud. That's what happens every time it rains though. But last night it was exceptionally loud because of the size of the drops. It sounded almost like hail at one point. It was crazy, but at some point the lull and the hum of the truck stop that I'm staying at finally put me to sleep. And I was so thankful because, oh my goodness, it was a lot. It was a lot. And after driving for what seemed like forever yesterday, the sound of it couldn't even keep me awake. Pretty great. Look at that. It is green out here. The grass is turning green again. We have made it out of winter, which is nice because at some point you just get tired of looking at all of the brown. Like, I enjoy going to places that are supposed to be brown. For example, whenever I spend winter in the desert, I know I'm going to be going to a brown place that's just brown. But I love the pops of color in green. It's just so vibrant. It brings joy to your face as soon as you see it. And no matter what, whenever I see trees and hills and grass and bayou in Louisiana, I don't know how that's going to work out just yet, but we're going to say, okay, cool. I get excited. I get super excited. Like whenever I spend a lot of time in the PNW, it was amazing. Not just because it's beautiful and there's ferns everywhere and there's gorgeous trees that are giant and bigger than like my entire van, but because it's just so like refreshing to feel that rush that you get from all of those greens that are brighter than any green that you've ever seen before. As we started coming from where I am in Texas to where we are in Louisiana, I started to notice more and more vibrancy in the greens. And so it's this perfect sweet spot of time before everything kind of gets too hot and goes, I can't breathe, and then turns to that like yellow brown again. So this is nice. This is nice. I also picked up all of these things yesterday just to kind of get some ideas of Louisiana. I've done a little bit of research, but at the same time, it's always nice to pick these things up, including the most important one, which is a map. Because from some of the things that I've been seeing, AT&T is not the best in this state in all places, so I wanted to have a backup option. So obviously this is not the most complete roadmap, but it's more of a general thing. I would like to download some offline maps also from Google, so I think I'm going to do that. But each one of these little roads indicates a different interesting thing that we could do here. So for example, number 9 is the Louisiana Colonial Trail. So that's pretty cool. It goes all the way around a huge loop here through the central portion of the state. That's awesome. There's also number 4 here, which is the Cane River National Heritage Trail, and it's a much smaller area, like right through here. So this gives us some ideas as to the things that we could do that would be bigger things. And one of these actually catches my eye right up here, the boom or bust. See, we are like right in this area right now, and that is a very doable distance to go. So maybe if the weather participates a little bit later today, we might head on over to do that kind of adventure? I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Now, a lot of people have asked me why I haven't come to Louisiana, and there's a few different reasons why I haven't done as much here. I came here once and I did a really cool video with my friend Pam when we went to New Orleans, and I just really haven't been back since, except for just kind of passing through little blips of it. So since I couldn't do that, I wanted to come back and do some things, but a few things have also kind of been like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with Louisiana and different things that they have. So I'm also a little bit more hesitant in Louisiana because they have all of the creepy crawlers here. They got the gators, they got the snakes. I mean, that was proven last night when we pulled into this campsite and there was already a gator warning. So yeah, you have to be a little bit more intentional with your travels here if you're staying in a van. So I really wanted to kind of figure that out. So I think we're gonna be making a few stops here, but maybe not the most, but I do want to come back in the future. So that's also why I picked up all of these things so that I could get some ideas. Okay, Riley is leading the way to the gas pumps, and then once we get over here, looks like gas is $2.89. Okay, change of plans already, change of plans already. There was an entire motorcycle group at the gas pump, so we're gonna instead go over to the Loves and try that one out. Okay, made it to Loves. Gas is the same price here, so here we go. Out of gas? No. Did I just want to top it off because I always like to top it off? Yes. I never know when I'm going to find a good gas station, so I always just try to keep it as close to full as I can. Riley, did you get lost?
Yeah, I made a wrong turn and then I had to go way down that way.
You zigged instead of zagged.
Zigged instead of zagged.
It's fine.
Instead of zigged. It was a lot.
It was a lot, but you made it. So Riley's gonna go ahead and get her gas. I'm gonna get back in the van and make sure I've taken out my trash because they have trash cans. We love that. Got back in the van, found our first location. I'm very excited about this. We're gonna be going to Shreveport. The place that we were thinking about going with that little highway, I just looked up the weather and it's gonna be raining up there all day long. So that's not gonna be super fun. So we decided instead we would try some other things. And I'm going to put that on my list for whenever I come back through Louisiana because it's fascinating. They even have an app for it. It's called the Boom or Bust Byway, and it has all these little historic stops, and I think that it's just such a cool thing. But I want to be able to appreciate it when it's not pouring down rain. So instead, we're just going to kind of go outside of the rain bubble and towards something not as menacing. And I found something quite intriguing that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. Oh, Riley, are you ready to go see Elvis?
Do it. Let's do it. What?
We are pretty close to our destination now, so this hasn't been a bad drive, not at all. Okay, so we found a place to park, and we're about to go on our first little mission of the day. And this is actually kind of an interesting place, so I'm going to show you what some things look like here in Shreveport. We're in the historic downtown area, and as we came in, it kind of took us through this part of town that looks like it's seen a little bit better days. But we are right next to the big downtown right over here, so it's fine. So we're walking right over here to the corner of this giant building, and there's something on this corner. Now, one of my major reasons for wanting to come to Louisiana specifically is because of the music here. The music is amazing. I am a huge music person. It is the soundtrack of my soul, my life, and I enjoy seeing so many cool things. And Louisiana is filled with so many amazing stories of some of the earliest music, jazz and blues and things like that. So I thought this was a great way to start our adventures. Of course, Riley's a little slower, so she's coming. Hi, Riley. We're kicking off that music scene strong here in Shreveport with these giant microphones. But those microphones aren't what brought us here. These two statues are. These two statues are awesome. Elvis Presley right here. And Mr. James Burton also. So you can see each one of them has their own plaque. And here they are. This is awesome. So James Burton is a Shreveport native, and so coming here to see this just makes sense. Across the way, there's also a music hall that is the James Burton Music Hall, which is pretty cool. But what is this building behind us? Well, we're gonna find that out too, but let me show you these up close. Now this is the building that the statues are in front of, and this is one of the coolest buildings I've seen in a while. The architecture here is amazing. Each one of these little pieces is poured concrete or plaster, and you can see it's just amazing, the details. But they have these little squares, and you can see it looks as though there's a pavement that runs through here that maybe signifies like the rail from this area. I'm not sure. I can't find a sign for this, but this is really nice. It is beautiful, beautiful architecture. Now I know a lot of people, when they come and explore places, they want to see the big stuff, the really big stuff. But I geek out at the small stuff, the little things that remind you of a time that is now gone. Those are the things that are very intriguing to me because they're just a little bit different. I can go to a city and see modern architecture all day long, but it's not so often that you get to see buildings like these. And these kind of buildings are actually better than the modern ones that we see because they've withstood the test of time, and they tell a story about a time that was a bit different, a time where everything detail-wise still mattered. I love that. It's just so refreshing. But there's more here. So we're going to go ahead and go potentially down the road just a little bit right across from the parking lot because I saw something else kind of interesting. And I don't know what it is, but I want to share it with you guys. Oh, the rain started. The wind is winding. The rain is here. Oh, it's cold. But the adventure must go on. I saw this from across the street where we're parked. We're parked like literally right there. And there was something so magical looking, and oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's a little garden in the midst of all of this. That's cool. It's not just any garden though. Apparently this is the Asian garden. It's an actual little piece here. It's a little tiny park that you can come to and check out these beautiful pieces. Wow. It's thundering, so I'm gonna have to make this very quick, getting over to the part that I was the most intrigued by. Oh, okay, we can do this. It's getting wet. It's getting very wet. This is what I was trying to get to. These are amazing pagodas, but there's more. It's raining really bad now, guys. Back to the van. Back to the van. Wow, that was beautiful until it got weird. And now it's real weird, and I am soaked. Every piece of my being is soaked. Every piece of it. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Shreveport welcomed us with a smile. Can't you tell? Oh my gosh. I think that we're gonna try to get away from this, and I'll share where we end up next. But for right now, oh, it's slimy. It's very slimy. coat is soaked, so I'm gonna just try to dry everything out, and I'll catch you guys on the next part of this adventure, because clearly it's not letting up anytime soon. It was fun though, Shreveport. It was fun. Yep. That's all I have to say is yep. Turn that heat on and start drying this thing out, because it looks like a piece of wet plastic right now. With that said, guys, remember we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Have fun, get out, see things. Even if you get rained on, what's the worst that can happen? You get in your van, you dry off, it's no big deal. My feet are gonna be a little sloshy though. I'll figure it out. Until next time, guys, bye.